The black belt versus the janitor. Nobody expected. What happened the next? The gym was buzzing late on a Thursday night. The last class had stretched longer than usual, and the mat still carried the heat of sparring. At the far corner, a black woman in her late 30s quietly pushed a mop across the floor. Her name was Marissa Johnson. Most students barely noticed her. She came every night, always after hours, always invisible. "Hey, you there cleaning?" Sensei Troy Mitchell called out from the center of the mat, his black belt gleaming under the fluorescent lights. "How about a quick demonstration?" The students laughed nervously. Troy thrived on their attention. Marissa kept mopping, her voice calm. "I don't want to interrupt, Sensei." Just finishing up so you can get back to class, Troy let out a theatrical laugh. "Afraid to even step on the mat, huh? Come on, show my students the difference between someone who trains and someone who just cleans." The room went quiet. Some students shifted uncomfortably. Others looked away. Marissa set the mop aside and stood slowly. Her movements were strangely fluid, too precise for someone who supposedly had never touched a mat. "All right," she said softly, her eyes fixed on Troy. "But when we're done, you're going to apologize for turning this dojo into a circus." A ripple of whispers spread across the room. Something in her tone unsettled even Troy. What Troy didn't know was that Marissa had once been Marissa Hurricane Johnson, 5-time world mixed martial arts champion. She had retired at 29, walking away at the height of her career after a tragic accident in training claimed the life of her best friend. For 2 decades she had lived in the shadows, working ordinary jobs, avoiding the spotlight, hiding her past from everyone, including her teenage daughter. But dignity has a way of waking old storms. Troy grinned, circling her like a predator. "Don't worry, everyone. I'll take it easy." His first jab cut through the air. Clean, fast, practiced. Marissa wasn't there. She had slipped aside without effort, her balance perfect. Gasps filled the gym. He threw a combination. Jab, straight, hook. Again, she wasn't there. Each punch sliced only air. Some students leaned forward, eyes wide. Something about the way she breathed, the way her body moved. It wasn't normal. Troy swung harder, frustration breaking through his smile. But when his fist shot forward, Marissa was suddenly closer. With a calm, measured push of her palm, she sent him crashing to the mat. Silence. The black belt, the loud sensei, lay staring at the ceiling, trying to understand what had just happened. One student, Sarah Gonzalez, pulled out her phone, her hands trembling. "No, it can't be," she whispered as she scrolled. The screen lit up with old photos. Marissa in her prime, arms raised in victory, headlines calling her one of the best fighters of her generation. Sarah read aloud, her voice shaking. "Marissa Hurricane Johnson, 5-time world MMA champion, retired undefeated after the accident." The words hit the gym like thunder. Every eye turned to the woman who had been mopping their floors. Marissa looked down at Troy, still stunned on the mat. Her voice was steady, carrying the weight of everything she had lost. "Respect isn't earned with belts or titles," she said. "It's in how you treat people when you think no one's watching." The room stayed silent. Even Troy had no words. That night, some students would leave the gym questioning everything they thought they knew about strength, respect, and humility. And Marissa Johnson, the janitor nobody noticed, walked out into the Los Angeles night, the sound of traffic and sirens echoing in the distance. Her storm had passed quietly, but its lesson would not be forgotten.